This is Louie, and get ready to watch yourself a viral Christmas video. If you want to support this channel, head on over to Play Asia and pick something up over there, or J-List, which many people have been for the Christmas season for some reason, but I've been noticing sales uptick, so head on over to J-List if you haven't already. I normally tell you to support me on Patreon, but honestly, I can't do it, and I'm trying to figure out a situation on how to get off of it, and I haven't been able to figure it out, but believe me, I'm trying. All the links can be found in the description, including Patreon, but I'm not going to tell you to support me there. So this is Louie, and for today, I wanted to try something a little bit different because I don't normally dissect these kind of viral videos. I know that there's a lot of channels that do that, but I've noticed that there's been a lot of unfair takes about this particular viral video. So what we're talking about is the mob versus Boomer Republican. That's probably going to be the title for this video. And so what this is going to be is me dissecting this video and you and I going through this video and actually seeing what happened. Because a lot of people are dumping on this guy for being rude, but the problem is that, in all fairness, while he's being rude, so is everybody else. Everybody else is doing things wrong as well, and yet I don't really understand why this guy is the bad guy. Like, there's a couple reasons that make him the bad guy, but you know what we're going to do? We're going to play judge and jury. So I'm going to be the judge, and I'm going to give you my verdict at the end, and I want you to be the jury. So let's just watch this together. So to set up what happened in this case, you have this guy, this white male Republican boomer in Macy's, and he's trying to buy a purse for his wife, presumably. He gets up to the counter, and the two women behind the counter are foreign. He's accusing them of being Arabic and speaking Arabic, although I don't really know. And he also calls these other people Arabs as well, although only the one guy looks kind of Arab, and the woman, I'm assuming, is either Hispanic or some sort of Mediterranean, but she's clearly not white either. And so the guy gets up to the counter, and he wants to buy the purse, but there's a problem. He can't buy the purse because there's no gift box for the purse. That's what the people behind the counter claim. And so he says, well, I don't care. I want a gift box for this purse. The women start to talk among themselves, and they're not speaking English. They're speaking Arabic or some foreign language that we don't really hear. The guy says, you know, this is America. You should be speaking English. And so right off the bat, we have to dock a point to the Arab or seemingly foreign women behind the counter for speaking in front of a customer in a foreign language. That is, in fact, rude. But we also have to dock a point for the Boomer Republican for being rude in turn. He could have been a little bit more polite about what he said, but it's pretty clear that he was rude to them. But, like I said, that's two negatives on the board. That's a negative for the Boomer Republican, and that's a negative for the women behind the counter, because they were, in fact, doing something rude. It is, in fact, rude to speak among each other in a foreign language in front of somebody that you know does not speak that language. That is rude. Not only that, but we're subtracting another point to these women because they're, in fact, doing it as employees in a store to a customer. That is doubly rude. So while this guy is in the wrong for being rude to them about speaking the language and, you know, saying, you know, this is America, speak English, he is right in that regard. You should be speaking English in America in an American store in front of an American customer. You are an immigrant here. You shouldn't be speaking among yourselves in a foreign language while in front of a customer who's trying to cash out, who can't cash out because you're claiming there is no gift box for the purse that he wants to buy for his wife. So from the beginning of this, before we even get to the video, the employees are, in fact, more in the wrong than the Boomer Republican. He is being rude. He's in the negative. But let's just continue.
And you don't get a gift box, leave the store. She already told you there's not a gift box for that. Leave. Leave.
I'm going to call security on you.
Call them. Call them.
Who are you?
I don't care.
Who is she?
Call.
She's a customer. You're a customer.
So the video starts with this other woman Some random woman and her boyfriend or husband confronting this guy. It's more so the woman than the husband, but the woman on the left here in the red is the employee that the guy was speaking to. And this is just some random woman that is now, going to him and saying, you're being rude to this employee, and I don't like that. But the problem is that she escalates the situation. She confronts him. Rather than make a comment or do something that is in fact polite, she raises her voice, she starts being more obnoxious than the guy even was, and you have the employee just kind of standing there like putting her hand on her back like she doesn't know what to do, because now this is a big fucking, ordeal. This is now drama in the middle of public, a confrontation in public in a Macy's. So I'm docking a point for this woman for escalating the situation. Rather than just make a comment, go up to him and say, listen, you were being rude to her. You should be a lot more considerate. It's Christmas. There's many ways that she could have actually approached him in a personal way and said what you did was rude. Even though, as I've already said, the women behind the counter are already more in the wrong here. But even if she wanted to take offense and lecture him, she could have done it in many different ways that were polite or more considerate to the situation. Instead, she became obnoxious and escalated the situation.
The same as you.
You're a customer.
The same as you.
Get
Leave the store. If you don't like because there's not a gift box, leave the store. Leave her alone.
You are a customer.
I don't care. You're disrespecting her and you're making her feel bad.
I'm not making her. Why don't you?
Somebody call
Listen.
security?
No, I'm just recording.
Okay. Yeah.
Call security.
I'm the manager, so I'm...
Stop. Did you just hear that? I'm the manager, says the woman in red. So that's another point from the women behind the counter. You should know better as the manager of a store than to be doing what you're doing here. There's now a drama occurring. A situation is now growing. It's being escalated by this obnoxious woman. You could have de-escalated this situation at any point. As the manager of this store, you should already know not to be speaking a foreign language and being rude to a customer. So this is -3 so far. The tally is for the women behind the counter. You're allowing this woman to escalate the situation when all you need to do is get in between them and say, ma'am, this is not that big of a deal. We're trying to handle it. Calm down. Stop shouting. Go elsewhere. Handle the situation. You're the manager of this store. Why are you allowing this to get out of control? She's there like white knighting for you, and you're standing alongside her. You should not be doing this. The guy has just as much right to be in that store as the obnoxious woman, and she's the one escalating the situation. You need to intervene or you need to call security, but you can't be standing there as this continues to spiral out of control, because as I paused it, the woman is turning around to the crowd behind her. So now this is continuing to escalate. So as it stands, we have -1 for the woman, -1 for the guy, and -3 for the manager and the women behind the counter, the employees of the store.
Okay.
She's
Then call
disrespecting
security
the
on
lady.
you.
Am I right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Leave the store.
I'm not leaving the store.
Well, call 911 or call...
I'm trying to
not
purchase
gonna
it.
let
I'm
you
trying to
talk me
purchase-
like that.
We should all call them.
She already told you.
You are
there's
not
a
the
gift box.
police.
I don't care who I am. You're disrespecting this lady. You need to leave.
I don't need to do shit.
Call security, please.
Call security.
Pausing it again for the obnoxious woman. Another negative. Him saying to you, I don't give a shit. He's absolutely in the right. Who the fuck are you? If you're the manager or this is your store, then by all means, you have the right to ask him to leave. Private property and all of that. But the manager isn't even saying that. She's not saying a fucking word. She's sitting there like tapping on her phone and standing there with the purse and all that. She's not even doing anything. This is the manager of the store and she's just standing there. While this obnoxious woman yells at this guy and he's like, well, I don't give a shit. I'm a customer too and I'm just trying to cash out. So that's -2 for this stupid, obnoxious woman.
Oh
Call security.
Sir, we are closing
Okay,
in
call security.
40 minutes. Okay, there's some people
Get this
that they-
woman out of my
that
face.
they want to go home and spend time with their family.
She's interfering with my purchase.
Sir,
I'm in there.
I told you,
I'm
we're
just
gonna-
talking to you.
She's
because-
interfering with
Right,
my
I just
purchase.
bought a purse from here earlier and they don't give you a
She
set
is
of boxes.
interfering
Am
with
I
my
right,
purchase.
guys?
You're right.
He's
Yeah.
being disrespectful. He needs to leave.
Hey, I
I'm
don't
sorry.
speak Arabic.
So we have to pause again. That's another negative to the woman. She's now inciting the mob. She's calling to the mob. She's clamoring to the mob to get this guy thrown out of the store. When, again, the manager could ask him to leave. The manager who's standing in frame can ask him to leave. She is not doing that. It doesn't make any sense to me. We're all in a rush. We all gotta go. It's Christmas. Oh man, we're closing in 20 minutes. Okay, cash him out. He has his arms crossed. He's waiting. Cash him out. Of like, oh no, he's in the wrong. He needs to go. He's standing there with the purse he wants to buy. What's the fucking holdup? If it's about a box, you either have it or you don't. And make it clear what the situation is, because I've seen that it's her claim the box doesn't exist, yet I haven't seen him say anything about the box. He hasn't said anything so far about what the problem is. He's just waiting to be cashed out, as far as we can tell. He's not saying anything about any box. He's just waiting. He's next in queue. Cash him out. And what I'm going to do here is, despite the fact that we're a minute in, and this woman's starting to yell and incite the crowd behind her, which again is another negative. What's she up to, 3 at this point? -3? So despite the fact that this guy is standing there waiting, he isn't raising his voice. He's staying as flat as he was as the video began. And I'm not even going to give him a plus for that. I'm just going to leave it as neutral. He's still at -1. But this woman, the obnoxious woman, is now tied with the employees for -3 because now she's inciting the mob, which is escalating it further.
I don't care who you speak.
I understood.
They were speaking Arabic. I don't speak Arabic.
Is this a program, some kind of show, TV show going on right now? Because I can't believe that you're going to sit here.
Oh my God.
Don't worry about who I am. Who I am will come out.
So this black guy is now stepping into frame, and he goes on to ask a completely stupid question.
That you're going to sit here and talk to somebody because you don't understand them?
I don't speak
I need to
Arabic.
be disrespectful.
They were speaking Arabic. I don't speak
Okay,
Arabic.
so they're talking to each other, right? Were they talking to you?
Yes. Well, sort of.
But you don't speak Arabic, so how do you know they were talking about you?
I have no idea. That's
Okay.
why.
This is rude. The guy is in the right, and you just proved it by your statement. Were they talking to you? Yeah, kinda. He was waiting to be cashed out and made an off comment, made a rude comment. He's in the negative. But you walk up and make his point for him. They're being rude to him. That's why they're currently at -3. They're unprofessional employees. He's a rude customer. You intervening like this and making that point, that's -1 so far. They're more in the wrong than him. But let's just watch what happens with him. Is he going to de-escalate the situation or make it even worse?
Okay, so that's why
Wait a minute,
they're
who are
saying
you
you're-
again?
I don't care who you think I am, but what I am is a
No, are you a
person.
policeman?
Don't worry about who I am.
Are you
Who I
do you
am
work
will
here?
come out.
Do you work here?
Who I am will come out.
Work
No.
here.
So that's a threat. That is in fact a threat. And that's why I'm going to do this like montage meme of this guy, because he now escalated it even further to where he's yelling at him and he just threatened him. So that's another negative to the black guy. You just escalated and threatened this guy. You know what? That's 2. That is 2 negatives. You escalated it further and you threatened him with violence. Now, let's see what his response is to this threat.
Okay, so now
I'm
either
trying
you're
to purchase a
going
purse.
All right, are you going to purchase? Are you going to let him
I'm
purchase?
trying to make
the,
this purchase, and you're
Okay,
bothering.
so what's the issue?
It's fine. We just gonna go there and you can check
I want to
out.
make this purchase.
He doesn't care. So that is in fact +1 to the boomer Republican. Why? He didn't escalate the situation. He didn't take this guy's bait. This guy just threatened him. And he just blew it off like it was nothing. So that is in fact +1 to the boomer Republican. So now he is at 0. He is now neutral. Everyone else is in the negative. Everyone else is at -3. And he is now 0.
And we all are.
You're being mean to her. Be
What, bunch of Democrats?
human being and be respectful
Yeah,
to her.
bunch of Democrats.
Bunch of Democrats.
I
Yeah,
don't
so
care
what?
if you're Democrat, if you're white, black, if you speak English, Spanish, I don't
Hey,
care.
I'm in
Just
America. I
be-
want people to
I don't
speak
care.
English to me.
Just
That's
be
it. That's all I
respectful to the
ask.
lady. That's all I'm asking you. Okay?
All I asked was for her to
Be a
speak English.
gentleman. Be a gentleman.
All I asked her to do is speak English.
Sir.
So he's right. He's in the right. This is America. You should be speaking English. Did he yell it? Was he, obnoxious about it? No, he just stated it and shrugged his shoulders. So +1, putting a +1 on the board for Boomer Republican. He is in the right. The obnoxious woman is now in his face. Behind the fucking counter for some reason. And is continuing to just be abrasive. Continuing to escalate the situation. Getting in his face. He's just shrugging his shoulders. He doesn't give a shit. He's saying, this is America. You should be speaking English. And he's right. So now he is +1. He is now in the positive. He has points on the board.
We're gonna put like a box for you like that, and we can put it in a box.
Okay, good. And get these customers away.
Ladies, he doesn't have $1 to buy a gift box. That's why we're complaining. That's why
Really? That's
to
it?
the manager.
Oh,
Okay,
$1.
man,
That's $1
for real?
for these gentlemen.
For real?
Oh my God.
Is that what the issue is?
No, it isn't.
It's not?
No.
Okay.
So the black guy puts $1 on the counter. But the issue is that it isn't a matter of paying for the box. It's a matter of there is no box. And the woman just said, I'm going to go get you a box. So that's +1 to the employees for actually just complying with his request and getting the fucking box that he asked for in the first place. Congratulations to the employees for suddenly finding a box. But to the black guy and the obnoxious apparent Hispanic woman, you're still -3. You're still deep in the hole. The employees are back to -2, but they're still clearly more in the wrong than the guy.
All the Arabs, all you Arabs and Democrats. But you go back where you came from. Well, she's making a big stand. Why don't I?
So here's where we have to stop and say that he made it racial. That was wrong of him. He could have said all you Democrats, and that would have been fine. It's just a boomer insult. But he made it racial by saying Arabs. So -1 for Boomer Republican. You made it racial. That is inappropriate. You shouldn't have done that, so you're back to 0.
Sir,
Okay.
can you please go in fragrance department? She's checking on the other manager. What is happening?
Okay, good.
She's there. She's in
I don't know. I'm
fragrance
waiting for the
department.
cameras.
I cannot see how many Arabs
Let
came
me
out of
show
the
you.
woodwork.
Dude, you're the snowflake here.
Fuck you.
Oh, bro, you're a snowflake. He just turns like, fuck you. So that is funny and very, very boomerish. And he's back to +1. I'm giving him a +1 for making me laugh. He's following the direction of the women at the store. They're like, please, sir, can you go over there and we'll get you a box? He goes, okay, I'll go over there. Goes to walk away. Guy goes, you're a snowflake. And he just goes, fuck you. So he's back in the ball game. He is +1 once again.
Say what up to
Put me
Facebook.
on YouTube.
Sir,
Say what up.
sir.
Snowflake your ass.
Yep.
Stupid Democrat.
Yep. Say what up.
So that is the end of the video. So let's tally things up. We have the Boomer Republican at +1. We have the unprofessional employees at a -2. We have the Hispanic woman at a -3. And we have the violent black guy at a -3. So my ruling is in fact in favor of the Boomer Republican. I think that while everyone in the situation was in the wrong, everyone other than him was way more in the wrong than he was. And what I want to hear is those of you in the comments section provide me with your judgment for this viral video. I am the judge, you are the jury. I want to hear what the jury thinks about this situation. And I'm currently ruling in favor of the Boomer Republican. But I want to hear what you have to say, and thanks for listening.